Two of the most talked about teams in the league making their preseason debuts on Sunday. Florida neighbors, the Magic and the Heat. That's the big three, and friends, I believe you're familiar with the Eastern Conference champions. First quarter, that's Dwight Howard. Much discussed, still in a Magic uniform for the moment. Dwayne Wade in the post, the fadeaway there off the glass. And he'll go for one as well. Orlando still leading by one. Second quarter, it's Big Baby.
Big Baby. Nice little spin move.
It's going to take a while for me to get used to seeing him in blue instead of that Celtic green.
6 points, 5 boards in his Magic debut. Udonis Haslem goes up for the short jumper, blocked by you-know-who. Wow.
Superman.
He just slapped that away.
He did.
3 blocks in the game, but just 2 of 9 from the field. More on him coming up. Norris Cole uses the pick and roll, finds Juwan Howard.
And we saw that here. Smitty and I both said, please put that in the highlight just for Juwan.
What is the age difference between the 2 players in that pick and roll?
30 years.
I don't think it's quite that much. I'm not sure it was that much. That was Dwayne Wade. This is Hedo Turkoglu, and that's not good.
You know, you don't want to see things like this in the preseason. You never want to see them, Matt, frankly. But when it's the preseason, you're not in game shape. Coming back from these injuries, it's going to take longer for Hedo.
And he was done for the night. Mario Chalmers, the block on Jason Richardson, going the other way. Good to know who's trailing.
I asked him to put that in.
Yeah, well done, Smitty. Smart move by Mario Chalmers to feed the beast as LeBron's trailing on that play. And gosh, super slow-mo is fun to watch.
Always a good idea to know who's behind you. Third quarter, Heat rolling. LeBron backs down the post. The fadeaway is good. He had 19 points, 9 of 14 from the field. Ooh. The King, the block on Baby.
Who ain't got this one?
Everybody's going after Baby. Dwayne Wade to a cutting Chris Bosh with a short hook there. He had 14. Miami on top by 14.
Bosh put on a little muscle.
A little bit. 25 pounds, they say. King with a jumper. That's what they say.
Yeah, didn't look like 25.
Miami wins the
TBS
third quarter, 29-15. And we're not even going to show you the fourth quarter.
No need to. But their young guys did a nice job. They had some guys step in, make
I was impressed with Ryan Anderson. Really knocked down shots.
Yep. And yet they lost by 1 million. The Magic's first loss in their last 22 preseason games. If you can imagine that.
You look at the Heat and the big three. Obviously, this is where the attention goes, and they all look phenomenal in terms of their physical shape and the way they were moving. Impressive start for their season.
Same as it ever was for the Eastern Conference champs. Good start to the preseason for the Miami Heat, and joining us now via Cisco telepresence is the head coach of the Heat, Eric Spoelstra from Miami. And Eric, congrats on the start. What did you like from what you saw first go around?
Well, obviously I liked the energy. I thought our starters came in with a great deal of energy to set the tone, and then the young kids have been working extremely hard all week long, and they got their opportunity to play tonight and made the most of it.
And you're working with a new contract extension announced this week by the Miami Heat. What does it mean to you, the confidence shown in you by Pat Riley and the fact that you'll be around for a little while?
Well, it's been a family organization, and I've been here for a long time, and we've built up a lot of trust, so I wasn't really concerned about it. My focus was getting the team ready through a tough training camp. It's an unusual circumstance to get prepared in so little time. That was taking up a lot of my time. I wasn't really too concerned, but obviously I feel great about it, and this is where I hope to be for a long time.
Well, 17 years to be exact, Eric, with the Miami Heat, just for people out there who don't know. You have been there a while. I wanted to ask you, Eric, just about a lot of coaches go to teams that have experience. How important is it for you as a young coach that's had success to be able to experience those things with your players as you grow?
Yeah, there's no question about it. Experience is the best teacher. There's so many things that we tried to prepare for last year, and going into the season, I thought we covered everything A to Z, but that's never the reality. Once you get into it, there's so many things that came, from so many different directions that we couldn't prepare for, and they were great educators. And then going all the way to the finals and coming within 2 games of our goal and not reaching it. Yes, that was tough, but we think it's just the beginning, and it's the beginning of a long journey for us, hopefully.
Eric, going into this training camp, some new additions, Shane Battier and Norris Cole. Can the 2 players you talk about, especially Norris Cole, what he brings to the Miami Heat this year, and Shane Battier, how you envision playing him with the big three?
Well, certainly Shane is somebody that we've liked for a long time. We think he fits the fabric of the type of Miami Heat player we like. He's very similar to Udonis Haslem. The numbers don't always tell the story with him. He's very cerebral. Offensively, he knows how to fit in, but he makes tough winning plays, and we've liked him for a long time. Norris Cole is a guy, obviously, who just changes the tempo of the game. He's a 94-foot end-to-end player. He played that way his whole way through college. He's a natural quarterback. We liked him immediately from when we saw the film of him in college. He bounced off the screen, and I like the energy.
Early on, Eric, we saw LeBron James operating out of the post, maybe a little more than what we've seen in the past. And I know observers have felt like he could really flourish in that spot even more than he already has throughout his career. Is that something you plan to implement a little more this season?
We need it. So clearly, it's something that we'll be going to. And it's got to be a low post presence for us. And it's not only LeBron, but Dwayne. Chris can go down there at times as well. They all feel very comfortable 2 or 3 steps off the block, but we do want to establish some presence in the paint, near the rim, and those are our best opportunities often when it comes inside out through the post-up. LeBron has been working on his game all summer long. It was evident to us after 2-3 days in camp, so we want to take advantage of it as much as we can.
That'll be an interesting twist. We look forward to it. Great start for you guys. So far, so good. Thanks for being with us.
Okay, guys, we'll see you soon.
Well, folks have been suggesting for years that LeBron James could do serious damage out of the post. You've been one of those guys. If he gets comfortable down there and it becomes a regular part of the Heat's attack, what kind of options does it give them?
It gives the Miami Heat a lot of options, I think, also individually for him. And when you start to have a guy in LeBron James who likes to pass the basketball, it's great to have him in the post because he can draw double teams. And then when you're saying he's athletic, we're seeing some plays right now. I like this one right here. Don't settle. You won't get a charge. Just back your guy in and jump over him. But I think for the Heat, it will provide some points in the paint and some easier opportunities versus those players just trying to go one-on-one off the dribble. Teams collapse and you kick it out. You know, a post-up helps out shooters. I love to see a guy post up. Guys get wide open shots, and I think it'll definitely help the Heat.
You know, LeBron James is sort of a matchup nightmare regardless of where he plays on the floor. How much extra does he present in terms of a problem for opponents if he's down there?
Well, Matt, I remember just even since Smitty's talking about the post-up, I remember Smitty himself playing a lot of post-up as a two-guard, and a guy at 6'8" doing that, whether he catches the ball or not, he is still somebody you have to adjust and account for, and that's really what happens in that situation. I think we're going to see a lot of it from Spoelstra, and like Smitty said, it's going to open up some things on the backside that the Miami Heat are going to be able to take advantage of.
On the other side, not a great start for the Orlando Magic, obviously, and Dwight Howard just 2 for 9 in this game. He finished with 5 points in his 29 minutes. You can read into that what you like, and folks will be reading into that because of his situation. He's asked for a trade. They're trying to perhaps accommodate him, maybe not. They say they're done talking, but what do you make of this slow start for him?
Well, I think when you look at it, he wasn't in rhythm offensively, but I liked his activity, his energy, his intensity as far as blocking shots and moving. I thought he looked pretty good. You know, Dwight just had a preseason game. I think because of the trade talk, we all going to read more into it, but I thought he looked pretty good for his first preseason game.
It seems like the spotlight of scrutiny has moved from Miami over to Orlando, and
yes,
it's going to be watching every move that Dwight Howard in terms of his body language, in terms of his speeches after the game. Whatever Dwight is going to do is going to be under a microscope in Orlando, and I just hope he's got guys around him who are strong enough to not buy into that come with the same positive attitude and continue to work hard. Otherwise, these first 10 games are going to be something interesting for the Magic.
Don't you worry, though. There will be plenty of scrutiny on South Beach as well.